Hey, my name's Mackenzie Moser. Um, this is my vlog for the new student dialogue that we did at Clemson this year. Um, for the new student dialogue, um, we had to get with a group of people and talk about a range of social issues that um, we have to deal with at Clemson. And we had a bunch of options, but the one that fit my schedule was about poverty, and it was called the Community Action Poverty Simulation and Experiential Dialogue. And for this dialogue, um, we basically just talked about how 15.1% of the population lives in poverty every day, which is a lot higher number than I thought. And there are many more than that live close to the poverty line. And these people are above the poverty line, but they still have low enough incomes to qualify for programs like food stamps and Medicaid and stuff like that. And for the new student dialogue, we did a game. It was kind of fun, and we walked in and they gave us a name tag, and they said, like, they gave you your name and you went and sat with your family. And, like, for example, my family there's 3 of us, and I was the mom. My husband had just left me, and then my daughter, she was 13, I think, and she was depressed, and she was struggling with school, and we had no money, and my son was 17, and he dropped out of high school, and he had just gotten a girl pregnant, so not only was it the stress of, like, having to provide for the family, but it's stress of those kind of issues too. And people actually live like that and I just can't imagine what all people go through. It's not funny. My roommate's just sorry. And we basically, within the game, there was 4 different weeks, and every week we were given, like, bus transportation and like $200 or something, and we had to figure out how we were going to buy food, like take our kids to school, get our food stamps, get a job. I was actually hired the first week to work for the second week for a part-time, low-paying job, but still it helped. And then my kids decided to send me to jail, and then my oldest son, he ended up having to go to jail too, and then tried to escape, so it was a bit of an experience if you're thinking of it realistically. And then, after the 3rd week, we started to get things together, but then we realized at the end of the 4th week that we hadn't bought any food, so my family was basically starving. And then after all of this, like the game and whatnot, we sat in a circle and we kind of talked about what we did, and everyone was asked what their emotions were throughout this experience. Oh shoot. Hold on. Sorry about that. And then basically everyone felt the same. They were pretty much stressed. And it was just, like, chaotic, and one girl in there argued that it wasn't realistic, which, I mean, it was the most realistic that they could have made it for the amount of time that we had. But if we were to do it another way, maybe they could do something like, maybe, like, actually make us live a week without any money and try to figure out how, I don't know, how that could work, but maybe just for some improvements. But I thought it was good. Other people thought it just wasn't realistic. It makes me passionate for the people who actually do live like that. Over Thanksgiving, we went to the grocery store and we ended up spending like $400 just for our family, and that's just for one day's meal, and that's so much money. And then we ended up taking this guy who works in our works for my dad for like 6 years. He um, lives in a trailer, and he's just been struggling for a while, and we ended up taking him to the grocery store and buying his Thanksgiving meal for his family, and he was just so appreciative. And I just really think that that's how it should work, is when the community helps the people that are going through rough times, instead of like food stamps and Medicaid and stuff like that, just to until they get back on their feet, so they're not dependent on the food stamps to get by. But yeah, let me see what questions I have to answer about this vlog. Let's see. Were there active voices in your dialogue? Yeah, there was that one girl who argued that it wasn't realistic because she had lived in poverty her whole life. And then, were there more reserved voices in your dialogue? Yeah, there were some people that just kind of went with the flow. And then I just was kind of one of the people that went with the flow. I maybe said a little bit. But there were so many people and everyone was just wanting to get out of there fast. Let's see. Do you feel your group achieved true dialogue? Yeah, I think we did. I think that, do you see dialogue as a useful tool in your university experience? Yeah, I thought it was really cool to just get some of the freshmen together to talk about some more serious issues. I actually made a friend in there, and we stayed connected. And then, why do you think dialogue is a component of Library 100? I think just to get people together to talk about the issues that are relevant to us right now. So, yeah, that's what I did. Sorry for all the people that have to listen to these. I hope you have a great day.